And here we go again with another unboxing. Now, before I unbox this, I want to tell you guys about something new that I learned from another YouTuber. His name is iFish. I will put an iCard above to his channel. Go check it out. Go subscribe to him. Yada, yada, yada. He made a video of these reels like 6 years ago. And he was talking about how these specific reels have a slow oscillation. Slow oscillation is not good for braid, but it's good for casting, and I think it's good for casting monofilament, which is what I'm looking for. A lot of my, what I call striper shiner rigs have monofilament on them, but they are braid capable reels. And I've just noticed like the line just doesn't really work that well on those reels. And I'm hoping that this slow oscillation reel might help fix that problem. So I am building my new striper shiner rigs. This is basically, you know, these are the rigs that I use to catch like drum, walleye, smallmouth, largemouth, whatever bites a shiner below the dam. It's part of my mixed bag trips. And every now and then we get a 20 to 30 pound striper eat the shiner. And there are days where we only catch stripers, or catch like 5 or 6 stripers that are between 5 pounds and like 30. So I need to have something capable of handling that, but also capable of doing walleye, throwing these small live baits. And I started out with 6-pound line, and the first striper that I caught on 6-pound line, we had to chase it. We chased it into one striper boat, then it went into another striper boat, and then went into another striper boat. I don't want to do that. I don't want to make a whole bunch of different striper guides angry for me doing mixed bag trips and accidentally catching, you know, a striper on shiners. I upgraded to 12-pound line. It's a little stiff. I don't know if it's allowing the shiner or, you know, threadfins or whatever to swim around naturally, but it's worked. I've caught drum with it, and when we actually got striped bass on it, we were able to fight them a whole lot better. Now, I could use braid, but I don't want to use braid because, you know, I'm dealing with clients, dealing with guests, and some of them have not fished before, which means I don't want one of my clients to, with me like looking this way, and then suddenly they're like wrapping braid around their finger, and then a striper decides to grab the bait. That would be a really, really bad day. I'm going to stick to monofilament. I may drop down to 10. I have not decided yet. And I am going to take these reels to Bass Pro Shops to have monofilament put on them. Now, I will say one more thing before I open this up and show you which reels these are. iFish did say that he didn't really like the sizing of these. I got 4,000 size, basically, or 40. The old Okuma number is 40. And as you can see, that's a small box for 2 reels. So these 40 size reels, or 4,000 size reels, are more like 3,000 size reels, which to me is fine. I consider like 1,000 and 2,000 size reels they're like a bluegill reel, they're trout reel. Then you've got 3,000 size reels, which are your basic bass fishing, finesse fishing reel for largemouth, smallmouth bass. And then you got 4,000, it's supposed to be going into the bigger fish, like carp, catfish. And then you have 6,000, 8,000, 12,000. They just get bigger and bigger, holding more line, bigger fish. When I'm looking for a live bait reel like that, I'm looking at 3,000 to 4,000 size. I seem to always open these with keys. Look at that tiny box. But it's the Okuma Epixor EPXT40S. This is the fast one. I don't know if they had the fast speed back when he did this 6 years ago. I don't know. But I decided to get the fast speed just because you get something on, you want to get it to the boat pretty quick. Now, I hope it still has the same thing. Yep. Slow oscillation. That's the key thing on here. And if I do 10 pounds, it will do 220 yards. If I do 12 pounds, it will do 180 yards. And it's got a bunch of other cool stuff. If you want to pause and read that, if it's showing up on the screen. It's hard to tell. You can look at that, but you know, there's 100 other specs. I really care about the functionality over, you know, a bunch of specs. Of course, I'm going to pack all this out as well because, you know, I'm at a park. I do have a trash can nearby. I might throw some stuff away in the trash can instead of taking it with me. Just getting this, checking it. He did have issues too with his. Or actually, no, I don't think he had issues with his. But he was talking about somebody else had issues. Well, it's pretty smooth. And I mean, it is a good looker too. Looks nice. I think that's that cyclonic rotor or whatever. It's supposed to like pull air and water away from it. Something like that. It might be one of the first ones with that, with Okuma. Because they did that with like the Inspiras too, I think. Yeah, pretty solid. And I dropped it. Dropped it like I drop bluegill all the time. It does have the switch for forward and backwards. It's pretty smooth. Nice reel. Like, I think that's EVA foam handle. Yeah. So, there you go. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take these to Bass Pro Shops and take you guys with me, at least for a few clips, and put line on these. And I've got to decide if I'm going to put 10 pound or 12 pound. And I'm going to Bass Pro Shops because they have a machine to put line on here. And I don't want to do it myself again because every time I do it myself, I really mess it up. It gets a really bad twist. And basically, all I have to do, take this spool into Bass Pro Shops, pick the line, and then put it on here. If the machine's working. I'm going to call, see if the machine's working. And if it's not, I might skip to the rods I'm going to pair with this. And I do not have the rods yet. And I will finish this video with the rods I'm pairing with these. But for now, there's the reel, and off to Bass Pro Shops I go. And there's the machine that does the magic. Looks like 10 pound line is what it's going to be, because that's all they have of the Andy. I got my line spooled up now, and I wasn't paying attention when they were spooling it. I think they could have put more on here, but I'm going to try this as is, and if I need to put more line on it, I'll do it sometime in the future. But they're ready for the fishing rods, which the fishing rods have come in as well. Now, while I was at Bass Pro Shops, I also got some more hooks, and I'm going to try these size 6 hooks. I've been using size 4, and like I said, I've caught stripers with them. I'm curious to see if these smaller hooks will work just as good. They should allow the bait to swim better, especially with this 10 pound line. And yeah, I guess I get to see, you know, if a hook like this, or at least this small, will survive a striped bass. Now let me grab the rod and show you what I got. Now I've had a pair of these rods in the past, and I used them for carp and catfish. They were pretty much my first carp rods. Then I converted them to, I really didn't convert them. I started using them for striped bass with like red fins, because you need a stronger rod to toss a red fin. And those were heavies of this rod. This rod is a medium action Epixor inshore rod. So I now have Epixor reels to go on an Epixor rod. Hopefully I am saying, or pronouncing it correctly. Make sure it's on there good and tight. See the balance. That's pretty balanced. Now I was thinking about going with medium heavy. However, after looking at the specifications, I decided to go with mediums just to see what I thought about it. And even this is pretty stiff. That's not bad. It kind of reminds me of the popping cork rods, the Okuma popping cork rods I use for skipjacks. So this might be a good skipjack rod too. Has enough backbone to boat flip a skipjack, but it's still, kind of a medium action, allowing you to cast the lighter lures. And this says 3/8 ounce to 3/4 ounce, 3/8 to 3/4 ounce. I might be able to get away with throwing a red fin with this. The red fin is a 1 ounce, and I think the medium heavy goes to 1 ounce. However, like I said earlier, this is my shiner rod. This is what I'm going to be using to catch drum, smallmouth, and every now and then a big striped bass is going to grab the bait and the line. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think this is a good idea for, a live bait rig? It is a bigger reel. I mean, I could have maybe got away with a 3,000 size of the Epixor, but I went with a 4,000. And yeah, I think I like this as a one-piece rod, obviously. I have to get it on the water and test it. But I think I like it. I do like, a more stiff rod. And this is definitely stiff. These are basically made to catch big red, snook, stuff like that. This is an inshore rod and reel. I don't know if this is like saltwater proof or waterproof or whatever. I got an airplane going on, flying overhead. Like I said, I don't know if this is like waterproof or anything, or saltwater resistant. But I don't have to worry about saltwater here in freshwater. Yeah, okay, I like it. Definitely let me know what you think in the comments below. Premium components. Cool. Well, I can't wait to catch some fish on this. And maybe I'll take you guys with me. So stay tuned, make sure you're subscribed to my channel, and as always, I want to thank you for taking your time out of your day to actually watch this unboxing video. I really appreciate it. Unboxing videos can be a little bit boring, That's why I really don't do them too terribly often, especially when there's airplanes flying around, making all kinds of noise. Anyway, thanks again for watching. I do hope to see you next time.